What's up, guys? Finally continuing on with the Civic build. The interior is finally going back in. I have the headliner suede with some padded suede. Really nice silver color. I just wanted to match what the factory was in terms of the color for the headliner. So I'm gonna cut out all the holes for all of the inserts for the visors. I'm not putting the visors back on, and of course the dome light is somewhere. Yeah, it's like right there at the dome light. And then all of the pin holes for the little clips that go around the edges to mount it in. I'm also doing, if I go back in here, dynamatting the inside because it was an absolute tin can before if you knocked on the roof. Putting some in the quarter panels too. I think he's got, yeah, Dad's got both sides put in there. Dad's helping me out with the dynamat. Gonna put the headliner in next. I still have to suede the panels that go around the quarter windows as well as the A-pillar covers, but we're gonna do those in the same suede. I think I have it in here actually. So here's the padded suede that went on the headliner, really nice, soft. But I wanted to do just a regular suede for the pillars and the quarter window covers. It's the same exact color on both, just a nice light silver color. So those will be done next, and then I'll get to putting all of the rest of the panels and stuff back in. But I had to wait this long because I was having trouble getting suede for the headliner and for the other panels. And the headliner, or not the headliner, the headliner has to go first. The interior basically has to go in top down. So I have to start with the headliner and then work my way down to all the quarter panels, and then the seats, and then all the rear hatch stuff as well. But it's going pretty good. It should go pretty quickly from here. I'll update you guys soon on what's gonna be next. Okay, so we got the dynamat done. I really should have done a before, like just to knock on the panels to see, like, or to show how tin canny, like the roof quarter panels. I mean, it's, you know, you guys, if you've seen or done that on a 90s Honda, you know how thin the metal is. I mean, heck, the side over here I had to repair. When I had to repair that, when there was that little pinhole of rust, I could really see, and I believe that was, yeah, that was in the last video. You could see how thin the metal is, but all that's good now. Well, I say good for what I'm capable of. So all the dynamit's in, able to get a strip in there. We got like 3 on that one. That side's a little tighter, so we didn't do one there. 3 there, all on the roof, and you can see it's a lot more solid. The roof is, I mean, it was like echoey, rattly before, but about to put the headliner in now. I don't know if we're gonna do the other panels tonight. We have to spray glue them and then cover them, and they're a lot more intricate of a shape, especially that one that goes around the quarter window than the headliner's mostly flat. So we may or may not get that done tonight, but it'll be in this video, it getting done, and then all the rest of the interior putting in. All right, so the headliner's in, got all the pins in. I did forget about that rear strip on the end. I had to take that off, clean it, and then put it back on to kind of hold the back end of the headliner on. I also forgot about this. This is a dome light cover for up there. To my knowledge, they never put the blue ones in the blue interior EG hatches. They only put the silver ones in because in the blue interior EG hatches, you had silver on the top on the headliner, A-pillars, and then quarter window covers. But I had this one out of a blue interior CRX, which is the exact same part. So I'm going to be putting this in instead of the silver one that was in their factory. All right, so we're done for the night, and I'm a little too excited about my blue dome light that came out of the blue interior CRX. Just a nice little touch, something that, you know, most people probably won't have in theirs. Most people probably run the silver one, but I'm just, y'all know, I'm obsessed with blue interior things. So just a nice little touch, and I got it working on the door trigger and constant on, so that's always good. But on to the next. All right, so the Civic's back at the house. Got the speakers working. I just got 2 Focal coax in the 2 front doors. Of course, the door panels aren't in yet. Nice little Focal amp. Nothing crazy, just something to have a little bit of sound in. Of course, the suede panels are back in. I got some, I need to get different bolts for it because the bolts weren't the right thread pitch, but I have little password GDM washers just to hold the front of the headliner up since I'm not putting the visors back on. I'm about to do a time lapse. I realized I should have started this a minute ago. I haven't got too far with it. I just got the 1/4 panel just kind of set in place. None of the hardware is in yet. That's all sitting there. So I'm going to do a time lapse of me finishing up this side, and then I'll do a time lapse of me doing that full side as well. From there, I guess I'll put the back seats in after that, and then the little cover piece on the tailgate, and just little odds and ends from there. I think, what else do I have? Oh yeah, the center console stuff that goes in the front, up underneath the radio, and then the interior will be all back in. Okay, so both panels are back in. I just have to put the little inserts in for like where the factory speakers would go, and they're the covers for the top hat for like the coilovers, and just the little pieces that cover the tail light access area. I did have a small issue with this cover piece. It goes over here. It just covers the one screw hole on this side. Also, I apologize, it's dark. It's getting really dark outside, but this little piece covers it, and one of the tabs right there broke. I tried scuffing it a little bit on the back and doing some double-sided tape to get it to stay for now, but it was not having it. So I'm going to see if I can 3D print that little tab. If I don't know how well that's focusing, but that tab there for this side, and then see if I can use some like super glue to get it to hold on. Keep it in that one side, and then for future I'll just know to always pry it from that side and let it lift that way so that I can get to the screw, which is again right there. Alright, so all we got left now is to put the brackets in for the center console there and there. The actual front piece, which is, I don't know if you call that the center console. It's not really center console, but it's, you know, the little pocket tray and the ashtray and the cigarette lighter piece that goes there. Shifter console and then handbrake console. Dad's helping me out with the windows, getting those all. It looks really good. They've never rolled up and down that good since I've had the car. Got to do this side still. This side's going to be tricky just because whoever messed with it last, actually, I replaced the regulator, but whoever tried to repair the factory or the original regulator, you can't see because I put these big washers on now, but they really messed up the door, and well, you can see here, they've even bent this up right here. It's not supposed to be bent out like that. It is supposed to look like that, all nice and clean. The regulator, that regulator, I'm pretty sure is original and in decent working condition. Like I said, this one's been replaced. I replaced it, but then I have the issue with the door here. So hopefully we'll be able to get this one working good too. I can't remember if I showed you, but I have Focal Access. Were these the Access speakers? Yes. Yeah, Focal Access coax. That's all I'm doing for now. I got my little amp right here. This is a Focal 404, correct?
This FDS 4.350.
4.350, okay. So I've got, what, almost 200 watts running to each speaker?
Exactly 200 watts running each speaker.
Because it's 2 ohm, not 4 ohm, correct? Okay, yeah.
Way too much power, but...
It is, but I'll play them conservatively. I don't know if I showed you guys this either. I can't remember the guy's name on Facebook, but one of the guys in like the EG/EA chat group had a JDM radio with the nice amber lights. I just wanted something stock in there, and then I've got the hideaway unit, which is the IBR64 from Install Bay. If the camera will focus, you can probably see it. But yeah, so the radio, it powers on, but the music's actually just playing through the Bluetooth module from my phone. One thing I wish I would have done, although I didn't realize that I was going to do this because I didn't get the JDM radio until after I had put the cluster back in. But these lights are amber, so I want to match them to, or I want to match these and these to these amber lights, because these, the US spec ones, are just clear. You can get them on like Amazon and stuff, so I'm about to take this whole piece out, get the climate control out, and then take the shroud around the cluster out, take the cluster out, replace all the bulbs, put all that back in. But getting really close, and then of course after this, honestly, just be engine swap and front suspension, which that'll be a long-term project. I probably won't be able to start on that for a while, so that this will probably be the last Civic video for a while. We'll be doing other stuff, of course, but until I get you know, some land of my own and build a shop and everything where I can house this thing long-term, won't be able to do the engine swap until then. Alright y'all, so yet again it's been about a year since I have last recorded all the clips you've just previously seen, but I do have the interior completely done now. It's been done since the last recording. I just never finished the video up, and of course this thing decided about a week after I got all the interior done, I was like, cool, I can start driving this thing now here and there just to work and back, just to enjoy the car, right? About a week later, after the interior's done, head gasket blows. So I'm on the way home, about halfway home from work one day, and I stop at a stoplight, and this huge cloud of white smoke just engulfs the car. And I was like, oh cool, that's me. So I guess the head gasket's gone. I never even looked into it to see specifically, but with how much smoke there was, it has to be something like a head gasket that blew. But at least the interior's nice, right? I never did put that cap back on, but I'll get to that eventually. Everything else is done though. Oh, and that one's also missing a clip that I need to find. Door panels turn out amazing. Not perfect for my first time doing any sort of upholstery work though. They turned out okay. I'm trying to, it's kind of sad, it's been that long, I'm trying to remember what else I rewrapped other than the door panels. Of course, the speaker covers on the door panels. Oh, that's, yeah, I cut a, it's not all nice and straight right now, but I took the factory carpet piece, traced it, and cut it out of that same blue velour I used on the door panels so that I have some sort of mat. I may put a piece of cardboard on it eventually just to give a nice flat surface across the bottom so I have an actual like trunk floor. But other than that, that is it. It has the pink wheels of shame on it right now, just as rollers. But we will get back to this thing eventually. I've just been busy this past year with the property, getting ready to build a house out there. That's kind of my main priority right now. So I actually have a place to work on all of these cars. I got the rest of the cars just parked in the yard right now. Acti RX-8, Miata, the red Prelude, the CRX is in the shop, the 99 Integra GSR is over there under a car cover. So once I get the shop built, I'll actually be able to get back to these things, including the Civic. But thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all in the next video. See ya.